I'm starting a childcare program and I want to know what are all the ways on how I actually get paid in this business. Welcome back to my channel, guys. Here at Educated Minds, we help women start, grow, and build their childcare organizations. So in this video today, I'm going to be talking about something that's super important, okay? And what is that? That is going to be how do we get paid in our actual childcare business. So I know many times people think that it's just like, oh, parents come, they pay tuition, and that's it. And yes, that's one of the ways that you can get paid in your childcare business, but there's so many other ways that you can get paid in your childcare business, so you could really make sure you're maximizing not only just your childcare revenue, but maximizing your time and your space in your business. So if that is what you're looking for, let's stick to the end of this video today because I'm going to be dropping all the gems. Let's get into it. Alright guys, so one of the first things, obviously, I'm going to jump right into it, is going to be one of the ways on how you can get paid in your childcare business is going to be private paid tuition. And we might ask like, what is that? So private paid tuition is where you provide a service and that family pays you for that service. No matter whether it's an infant, toddler, school ager, preschool, or whatever the age group is, whatever the hours is, you set your tuition rate, you set when the payment is due, and that is your baseline service. Obviously, when you first open up your childcare business, for sure, that is gonna be like the fastest and quickest way you actually start making money in your business, because families, after you're doing your marketing, families are going to be stopping by, scheduling tours, calling, asking questions, and right off the gate, you're going to be enrolling them in that space and collecting those tuition payments. So that's one of the first ways you definitely can get paid in your business. But I want to jump into some of the good stuff and talk about some of the other ways that you can get paid as a childcare provider in your business. So let's get into number 2. All right, guys. So the second way that you can make money in your childcare business is going to be through like your state subsidy programs. And I want to say this full disclaimer, check with your state and your local regulations. But for the most part, every single state has some kind of subsidy-based program. And what that means is the state or the city, whatever is their funding stream, is paying you the care for that child to come, and the parent is paying a portion of that with the co-payment, or they might not have a co-payment at all. And so that is an income-based program. And what that really means is you're not really in charge of determining income and qualifications and household. That's done on the state level. That's what they do. Your job is just to apply to be a partner with them, so that when a family reaches out to you and asks, do you accept this type of form of payment, you're ready to rock and roll. So that's one of the second things I want to say, is that when you open up your childcare business, yes, we get open with private pay, but figure out how are you going to position yourself and apply to be a state approved program to receive those funds from that subsidy funding. Because you don't want to look up and families are starting to call you and they're like, oh, do you accept this, or oh, do you accept that? Because every state has its own initials or letters, but for the most part, it's all the same. You don't want to look up and they're asking you, do you accept this? And now you don't accept it. So you really want to make sure, because one, that is guaranteed funding. Like that money is coming in every single month, whether mom wants to pay or doesn't want to pay, because the parent themselves is not actually paying it. The state is paying it on behalf of them, and the parent is qualifying based under that state's guidelines. So that's going to be one of the second ways that we get paid as childcare providers, is through like a subsidy-based income program from your individual state. The third way that I'm going to say and how you can get paid as a childcare provider in your program is going to be through partnerships. I'm gonna say it one more time. It's gonna be through partnerships, okay? And you may wonder like, okay, what does that mean? And so when you think about partnerships, look at it as a space of the same thing. You're getting paid to provide a service, but the difference between the state and the difference between partnerships, some of those partnerships that you may see all over and about even years as you have been growing up, is like a Head Start program, a pre-K program, an early Head Start program. Some people in all of the different states may have like a free program that's not income based. So those are partnerships, meaning that your organization and your entity is partnering with another organization that is going to pay on behalf of that child. Most of those programs are looking at your organizational credentials. Okay, so they're looking at what is your teacher ratios, what are your teacher credentials, what is your quality star ratings, all of these different things. How long have you been in business? What are your financial records? And I will say that we've been open for about 25 years now. So if you guys do not know, one of my basic stories, I'll keep it super simple. My mom started the daycare when I was 3 years old. So I am a second generation childcare owner. And so I've seen plenty of things in that space. And so going on for about 8 years now, we've had a partnership in our childcare program, and that partnership has helped our business tremendously, just in the space of attendance and marketing and resources with curriculums and like so many things. But is it a lot of work? Yes, it's a lot of work, but it also is really, really great to have those partnerships in your program, because that's layers of different funding that you can have aside from just like a private pay or aside from just subsidy. Because when the demographics change in your neighborhood, or when the needs of your community change, those partnership programs bring other families from all over that qualify for whatever those guidelines are. And that is why I always stress to my clients, either whether, you know, we coaching on one-on-one or whether they're in our CEO circle, about positioning your business for excellence. And so positioning your business for excellence is not just doing a bare minimum, right? Some of those programs require that you have certain curriculums in place, that you do a certain amount of observations on the children, that you do a certain amount of like parent conferences every year. And I think that you have to like get over the mindset of you don't want people in your business, but you also have to understand that this is business. And you also have to understand that a lot of other childcare programs that you see sustaining out here, especially right now in this childcare world, how they're sustaining is through multiple funding streams, okay? And that is one of the third ways, is the partnership programs of funding. So look at wherever your state is at, whatever your local city is, because some programs are federally funded, some programs are city funded. But look at your state. That's when you're going to like networking. That's when you're attending meetings. That's when you're seeing what the next programs are, because a lot of the partnership programs, you can only apply once a year. Okay, and if your business is not ready, or your payroll is not in order, or like some of your paperwork and your documentation is all over the place, you need to get it in order, because when it's time to apply and you only got 45 days to submit that application and you're missing pertinent things as an entity, then you're like, dang, I'm not ready, right? And you don't want to be like that. You don't want to have to get ready. You want to have to stay ready. So in that space, make sure that you are researching and figuring out where those partnership programs are in your childcare world, in your specific state or city. Last but not least, guys, another way that you can get paid in your childcare program is going to be through like DHS and or like scholarship or like coupons, right? And a lot of that means that maybe the child is not with their parent, maybe they're with the foster parent, or maybe they're like, you know, within the state. And so DHS pays a portion for them to come to your childcare program because they're in a different scenario. And so it's no different than whether Subsidy is paying you, whether the parent is paying direct. That's just another form of payment that you can receive in your program. So you really want to look at what you got going on in your current business right now. Like, I know a lot of people are always saying, oh, I'm not making money. Oh, you know, it's tough. Don't get it twisted in any way, shape, or form. In this childcare industry right now, it is definitely a challenge. Okay, and it's a challenge in many different ways. It's not all finances, it's not all staff, it's not all accreditation, it's not all income. Like, it's a multitude of things. But the most important thing is that you are doing your due diligence to position your business. I can't tell you guys like how many times that it wasn't even that I wasn't like trying to be better, or it wasn't that I was looking for the programs at that time in that era of me being a hands-on director every day, all day, but I wanted the best. Like, I wanted to make sure that, you know, we are providing quality, we are providing excellence. I also wanted to make sure, like, what else is out there? Like, don't be afraid. Don't think that your childcare program isn't good enough. Don't think that your childcare program is too small. Get that out your head, okay? Because we are a small, private-owned, family-owned, mother and daughter business, and if I can do it, you guys can definitely do it. So don't think like, oh, I gotta have a fancy grant writer. Don't think like, oh, you know, my business isn't making enough money. Don't think, oh, I'm only a family childcare program. A lot of the programs that I mentioned in this video today, they are looking for programs just like you. They're looking for programs that are in certain zip codes. They're looking for programs that have, you know, vacancies. Like, so get out of your head that you're not good enough and start getting to your research and figuring out what can you qualify and position your business for, because it's 2024. So no, you may not have it right now, and while you're watching this video, make sure that you let me know down in the comments what type of programs do you have in your childcare program right now, especially because you want to make sure that like we're sharing this good knowledge, right? Like I want to see down in the comments if you're in this state or you're in that state and you have a different type of program, because there's other people that's going to be watching this video. So share with me down in the comments. Let me know what type of programs and funding you have in your program. But more importantly, guys, get to work, okay? Until next time.